are on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 22 of the Total War Warlords Tournament. I'm your host, Grover, and today we are once again doing minor settlement battles for these next 3 matches. Let's get straight to the competitors. Attacking will be the Southern Sentinels from the Lizardmen, being led by the Croxagore Ancient. Defending the settlement will be Itza of the Lizardmen, being led by Gorok. Without further ado, let's begin. Croxagore's men are marching in formation towards the settlement. Gorok setting up some early defenses. Looks like he has some skin cohort set up here, but gotta say, not a lot of guys here set up well. Looks like the Sword Spears taking on some firepower. No deaths yet, thankfully. Swords Warriors moving in and attacking the Skink cohort here. 2 Skink cohort with javelins. Doing some damage to them, holding the line. Temple guards coming in to join their Skink cohort brethren in fighting the Swords Warriors. But the Swords Warriors continuing to hold the line, although taking a bit more damage now. Some enemies are beginning to slip through. Croxagore Ancient finally getting into the main brawl. Swords Warriors coming in to reinforce the line. So is Gorok. Lots of damage overall to one of the Skink cohorts, but one of the Sword Spears is also taking quite a beating. Yeah, it's become a pool of scales and blood. As both sides tried to push the other. Croxagore Ancient just destroying formations here, wreaking havoc. Gorok himself coming in. Getting a decent hit, but not much damage. Ooh, now a decent hit from Gorok and the Croxagore Ancient. They continue to push up. One of the Sword Spears is now below half health. Croxagore Ancient has lost a chunk of his health now. Skink cohort up here, still trying, but has lost half their health due to the constant fighting. Looks like we still have some Skink cohort over here, really just not doing jack all. Swords Warriors still taking a beating, but doing their job and holding that line well. They're holding off a very deadly and powerful horde of lizardmen here. Big hit from the Kroxigor, just eviscerating the lines here. Kroxigor has lost a chunk of his own health there. The Skink cohort has lost a significant amount here. And that's our first routing unit. Kroxigor has lost a lot of health really quickly, and he is routing. Kroxigor Ancient now doing heavy damage to defending lines. The Swords Warriors continue to hold the line against the Southern Sentinels. Seemed to have really turned into essentially just a massive slugfest. Gorak returning to the battlefield. These Skink cohorts are really not helping at all. Skink cohort once again being forced to retreat. Same with these Skink cohorts over here. Looks like the vast majority of the heavy hitters are now entering the main brawl. Previously, most of the fight was just on the Skink cohort, but now the Temple Guard have come. And they're some of the strongest melee the Lizardmen field, so, and these Swords Warriors are badly damaged. I don't think they can hold down much longer. Kroxigor just eviscerating the back lines for its back lines. Swords Warriors with spears have begun to rout, allowing the Southern Sentinels to ram straight into the other Swords Warriors. Gorak once again routing and taking heavy damage. Kroxigor Ancient now below half health though. Skink cohorts taking what's left of their units to provide some form of fire support. All units are now routing. Ooh, this is not looking good. Speed things along. Gorak and his men are leaving the minor settlement that they're supposed to be protecting. That's not good. Gorak and his men are actually coming back now. And it looks like that's our first shattered unit. That's gonna be a return. Ooh, that's a point lost. Kroxigor's moving on. Looks like these Temple Guards are also coming back to deal with the... Listen, ooh, look at the bodies. Just slaughtered each other here. trying to fight off the temple guard. Oh! Did Goran just die? No, he didn't die, but he did shatter. He's gone. We're gonna wait until he truly runs away here. Yep. Looks like most of Itza has given up. In that case, Crocs, that's an upset right there. Crocs of our ancient back wins the fight. He'll be moving on to round 2. Alrighty. Welcome to the second battle. So, for competitors for the second match, we have from the Lutherman the Last Defenders being led by Krokgar, and defending the summit from the Tomb Kings we have the followers of Nagash being led by Archon the Black. Let's go ahead and start this up. Looks like Krokgar's attacking from 2 fronts here. Looks like this front's being responded to by a group of skeleton spearmen wing the wings here. Over here, the only thing protecting this area is some skeleton archers who haven't even hit the target yet. These swordsmen need to regroup over here. Archers have rearranged themselves and are ready to provide some fire support. They are already opening fire into the Lizardman horde. A little bit of damage, but ultimately doesn't look like we have any real casualties. Lizardmen have forced their way through into the minor settlement with ease. Over here, conflict has arisen. Looks like the Crypt Ghouls and Skeleton Spearmen have engaged the Saurus warriors with spears. And are actually doing quite a bit of damage. Looks like the Fellbats have also engaged the back lines of the Lizardmen. Over here, swordsmen are finally beginning to move out. And they, looks like the Skink Cohort have engaged the archers in a duel. They've taken significant damage and they are crumbling. That's going to be one less unit for Krokgar to deal with. They are gone. He is already capturing a supply point and denying the Tomb King's vital defenses. Supplies. Over here, a similar thing is happening. Fellbats and Fellbats have fallen. That's some air harassment gone, although they did do a bit of damage to the Lizardmen. The Lizardmen adding their full weight to bringing down this defensive line. Kroq-Gar and his men are now engaging some swordsmen in this choke point here. The skeleton warrior is trying to hold off the Lizardman advance. Taking some damage, but Archon the Black himself is coming up to provide some support. Probably engaging Kroq-Gar in a melee fight probably isn't a good idea. He is a spellcaster, therefore squishier than most other warlords. Kroq-Gar has actually taken a bit of damage. Overall, I wouldn't be betting on Archon the Black winning this engagement anytime soon. Back over here. Skeleton archers providing necessary fire support to whittle down and weaken the horde, but it looks like the undead are taking quite a few casualties here. However, it also looks like the Lizardmen have also taken quite a few casualties from the prolonged engagement. Archon the Black continuing the fight. Some of his men have taken casualties, but the undead has suffered trying to hold that line. Archon the Black is almost at half health. And once he's gone, it's going to be a mass crumbling for the undead. Skeleton archers continue to open fire and whittle down the Lizardmen attack here. Two of those units are now at half health, which is actually pretty good. Artillery fire from the towers that Archon the Black has set up to defend the settlement. Crit ghouls actually are at half health. They still have good binding though, so that's good. Over here, swordsmen are now at skeleton swordsmen are at half health. And it looks like Archon not having a great time in this prolonged engagement. Kroq-Gar still have most of his health. Skeleton archers continue to whittle down. They have brought all the units to half health or below. So they're overall being vital to defending this point against the Lizardmen advance. Back over here, swordsmen finally their bane has gone critical. Looks like, looks like Archon the Black is crumbling now. He won't be, and he's dead. Kroq-Gar basically wins the fight at that point. The rest of his army is starting to crumble to the ground, taking too much damage. Yeah, it's falling apart for the undead real fast. The Tomb Kings aren't able to hold anymore. So, with that, Kroq-Gar basically wins the fight. And we'll be moving on to round 2. Alrighty, welcome to the third and final battle of episode 22. For this one, we have, defending the settlement, a Skaven warlord from Clan Radicus, I think it was. Clan Radicus Clan Nest. That's what it was. Radicus Clan Nest. And from the Dark Elves, leading the Cult of Pleasure, Morassi. So without further ado, let's begin. The Vermintide. Now be fighting desperately to keep the Dark Elves at bay. Morassi seems to be starting up a two-pronged attack. like their Skaven are quickly making some defenses here. Looks like this is about to be our first engagement. Witch Elves engaging the Skaven slaves here. Skaven slaves just not wanting to engage that for some reason. Skaven now having the way of 3 units on those Witch Elves. Hopefully that'll be enough to force them back. Some Skaven going off to fight these guys over here. And unit of Witch Elves going right past to join the main fighting the main horde. More clam rats coming in over there. Over here looks like the Skaven have been having a great time trying to fight off the Dark Elves. We already have some clan rats with spears making a route for it. Those Witch Elves are proving quite difficult to deal with. However, I doubt that Dark Elves can stay too long in any prolonged engagement with Skaven. They are quickly getting surrounded by Skaven units. It's over there. Over here, the Skaven, they're taking damage, but they continue to hold. The Vermintide not being forced to back for too long. And some actual damage has been done. Morathi has lost a good chunk of her health. Like I said, the Dark Elves, they start to really take damage in the prolonged fight. Back over here, some Skaven have begun to retreat, but that's not really a worry for the Skaven. They are still doing some significant damage and holding off the Dark Elves' attack. With more Skaven slave reinforcements on the way. Not sure if the Skaven are going to win this engagement, but over here. But even if they don't, they've done more than enough significant damage to Morathi and her minions to really make up for it. Looks like the Skaven have begun, several Skaven units have begun to rout away now. Those shades proving quite useful in the engagement. Over here, these Skaven just refuse to stay down forever. Those Witch Elves have taken significant damage, probably can't stay long in any more prolonged engagements with the Skaven. At least any Skaven units that still have a lot of members left. Morathi, just below half health though. The Skaven did their work and severely weakened the legendary lord. We could see another upset here. Looks like one of the Witch Elves, looks like the Witch Elves have taken significant damage from fighting this battle too long. Dread Spears have lost a chunk of their health, but are overall still pretty good. Skaven units are starting to make their return and are getting into position to defend. Skaven just keep coming back over and over. now the tower fire is starting to hit. Clam rats with spears coming through and engaging. Yeah, looks like these witch elves are too badly injured to really engage in any more fights. Looks like the Skaven warlord has begun to move out. Marathi, not really sure where she's going, but she is nearing a quarter health. Not looking good. Warlord seems to be trying to get Warlord re-engaging. Ooh, big hit from Marathi, but not much damage. Ooh, Marathi being sent to a quarter of her health by the Warlord. Witch Elves coming in to support. Ooh, big hit. Skaven Warlord. Witch Elves disengaging for some reason. Ooh, another big hit. Marathi's not looking good, but she has knocked off. Oh! Marathi on her last legs now. And she... Oh! Marathi has fallen in battle. The Skaven win this one. It looks like we have yet another upset here. The Dark Elves have lost the battle. The Skaven Warlord will move on to round 2. That is gonna be it, folks. That is episode... That is... Bleh, bleh, excuse me. Tune in next time to see more of the Total War Warlords tournament. I will leave you with the obligatory YouTuber spiel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video. Ring the notification bell to get notified when the next video comes out. Comment rooting for your favorite lord. And this has been your host Grover, signing off.